So I just paid a man to perform oral surgery on me.
He'll never give up. He'll stay till the fight's won. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen, your wacky next door neighbor. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen. Yowza.
Rock and roll, daddy. What's going on, Bob Squad? Thanks for joining me. Episode number 3, Wacky Next Door Neighbor. This is Odie, my co-host, our producer, Chloe.
I'm furry.
Hi, Chloe. I'll tell you a couple of things that's going on in my neighborhood, and maybe yours if you live next to me, who knows? Actually, judging by the noise coming through my walls, if you live next to me, you're a douchebag. What am I holding? Yeah, I was just bringing this from the bathroom. It's where I urinate and defecate, and the bathroom is also where I take my vertical nude body washes. Some people take showers. In a Bob Squad, we take a vertical nude body wash. That's how we rock and roll in the squad, daddy. What is this? Hi, Odie. This is a water pick. If you're not familiar with a water pick, it's a dental device designed to reach the hard-to-get-to cracks and corners of my bathroom. Okay, so it sprays water all over there. It's like, I don't know if you ever had to remove an oil stain from your driveway with a power washer, but it's like you're doing that, but you're pointing it the wrong way. It's one of those. It's like, you ever see some firefighters putting out a fire, you know, and if so, like, get back, like, let them do their job. But, and also, you know what it looks like when a dog tries to, like, lick the garden hose and, like, suck up the water as it's coming out. It's like you doing what the dog's doing, but to a fire hose is the equivalent of using a water pick. It makes a terrible mess. I don't know what it does. I had to go to the dentist today. He said, ordinarily, do your gums bleed like that? I said, no, ordinarily, I don't stab them. Take care of this, Grimlock. It's Grimlock. He was the leader of the Dinobots. You didn't need to know that. And if you're watching this, there's 90% chance you know Grimlock is the leader of the Dinobots, who were part of the Autobots, introduced in Episode 8, Season 1 of the Transformers, in an episode called SOS Dinobots. But the Dinobots aren't going to help us today. So I had a crown. Hi, I'm Odie. He's off camera now, probably. He's off frame, but he wants a belly rub, and he's getting one because he's the best little man. You're the best little man, and Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. You're the best little fellow. You're such a gentle little man, and Daddy loves you. Yes, he does. Scratchies. You're okay. I'm sorry. A crown. I got a crown in my tooth. I had a screw in my gums for the last couple of weeks to make room for the crown, and I had to keep my screw hole clean. So I just paid a man to perform oral surgery on me and put the crown in. So that was fun. It's like they're just, you know, they got like the weird little socket thing, and they're just like they're changing a tire in my face. So I had all that done today, and that was not as bad as the part where they took out the tooth like a couple of months ago and put stuff. It's a whole mess. I had the stitches at one point, and then I had the screw hole, and then you know, the lady's sucking and blowing my screw hole, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, LOL. LOL. Oh, I started laughing in Spanish. I forgot to tell you that. It's just to appear more cultured. Oh, that's hilarious. You know, how comedians especially, they're like, oh, that's funny. We don't really laugh at anything. Oh, that's kind of funny. I mean, just to show that I'm traveled, I go, just like it's spelled. I'm texting someone, LMAO, no, JM, I'm jawing my ass off. I have a crown and I have a new fake tooth. And they're running some kind of a scam over here because I keep asking them for one simple thing. Can I just get a regular cleaning? Like, oh, you got this upper left thing, there's an issue there. Your lower right thing, there's another issue. There's a filling there. We want to put a filling into your filling. We want to put a creamy filling into the, not Devil Dogs, Twinkies. I'm thinking, what was the one in Ghostbusters? We want to put more fillings into the Twinkie that is your mouth. And we might as well, you fat slob, we know how much sugar you're eating. but they just won't give me the cleaning. I'm like, just give me, because I'm filming, pointing at you. I'm filming the Dry Bar comedy special in March of this year. I don't know when it comes out. That's not up to me. But I'm going to go to Provo, Utah. So if you're in Provo, Utah, seriously, you're in Provo, Utah? That's a whole other conversation we got to have. But I'm looking forward to going to Provo, Utah, and filming. It's a big career achievement. It's the only career achievement. So I always said I'm a very important person to know in the comedy business, because everyone I started with is doing great. LOL. It's a little joke. It's a little joke, Odie. Belly rub. Belly rub. You get your... Oh, hold on. Your tears. I got to dry his tears. He's got... Hold on, hang on. Don't go anywhere. His tears. You got to dry your tears, Bubba. I dry your tears. Daddy dries your tears. Yes, he does. He dries your tears. Okay. Be that as it may. Get some water. Hydration is key. It prevents fatigue and headaches. So in late March, I have an appointment to do something else, some new crown, but I think I get to keep my tooth though in the upper left. But I'm on hold. I'm on standby. I'm flying standby for a trip to see a dental hygienist. I don't even think you need a regular dental surgeon's orthodontist guy to do this. It's just they just kind of hose you down. And really, my version, you know, before I had insurance, was every time I think I need a teeth cleaning, I replace the battery in the electric toothbrush. And I go, this might be the same thing. Then I got the power washer. It actually hurts. What else is new? I talked to you about He-Man in episode 2, so that's good. I'm still working on the move. Odie is a dog. Yeah, he's a good doggy. He's a good doggy. Anything else interesting? Chloe, what's in the news?
I'm so furry.
Ah, yes. We'll do one more of these, one more topic, and then I'll there's a time stamp and a subject. We'll talk about wrestling. It's Monday Night Raw this week. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones that make a better day. So let's start giving. But first, let's watch on Netflix. The Netflix. It's the free version of Netflix. You just get the one flick. And that flick, hopefully for the topic of this conversation, is what is it called? The Greatest Pop Song? I think that's it. I think the Greatest Pop Song. It's something. It's like new on Netflix. It's going to be one of the first things that comes up. It's a documentary about the We Are the World song from 1985, 86, one of those, with written by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson. And they got all these stars. They got Bruce Springsteen. They got Bob Dylan, they got Cyndi Lauper, they got Diana Ross, Harry Belafonte was involved in a production or did something. They got Stevie Wonder, they got Ray Charles. And by the way, Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles, they got on purpose, okay? They didn't just wander into the place, because their vision is impaired. And a whole bunch of other, I think Madonna was involved at one point, and she was there. And Kenny Loggins was there. That's the bulk of them. Oh, Huey Lewis was there. So it's a funny little time capsule of the mid-'80s, but it's a wonderful documentary. It's only an hour and a half long, which is refreshing that it's not some 5-episode, 40-minute thing where I gotta take the journey of this stupid song, which, by the way, is a 7-minute song. If you didn't know that about We Are the World. It's a 7-minute song. You can find it. I downloaded an MP3, a digital version, which wasn't around at the time, off Amazon. It's like a popular online retail site. I don't have time to explain that right now, but it's this wonderful journey of making a song, and you get to watch all these celebrities try to work together and put their egos aside, LOL, to somehow this song is supposed to raise a lot of money to help all these starving kids in Africa. They never tell you which country in Africa, by the way, and I don't even know what country it was. I didn't look it up. It's a documentary's job to tell me, and they probably did. And I wasn't paying attention because I was watching Stevie Wonder just bob his head all over the place. But I don't even know if who knows if that country is even still here. I don't know. Hi, you're a good little man. I love you. You like my Shania? We'll get back to the other world. I didn't forget. You like my Shania Twain t-shirt? Does this impress you much? It doesn't? I love you. You're a good little man. I sniffled. Sorry to sniffle into the camera. Okay. Okay. Yes, I love you so much. Okay. But I have a mini obsession with pop culture things that are just a little before my time. So I'd be 5 or 6 years old when this was taking place. And so these are things like as a kid, I would have known who Michael Jackson and Cyndi Lauper were, but probably not many other people in there at the time. So I'm always obsessed with what were the teenagers doing when I was a kid. Like I always kind of like to go a mini, generation before me, which I kind of love that stuff. I even do it with my He-Man, my G.I. Joe, and my Transformers. I was actually like a year or two kind of behind, but I had the second half of a lot of those things, and I'm always fascinated. Because I remember the old catalogs, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, but it's not on shelves anymore, so I like that kind of stuff. But it kind of made me not homesick or nostalgic, but just maybe a little self-pitying. Oh, by the way, we're trying to help starving kids in Africa. But it made me feel bad for me that they didn't do the thing in like 91 when I would have known who everybody was. You would have gotten to see some. Wait, was it 85 or 86? Chloe, can you look it up?
Yeah, it looks like according to this, I'm furry.
Never mind, Chloe. There's Odie. I lost a chihuahua. Well, he turns up. It was kind of a bummer they didn't do one in 91 where you could have had that different clash of celebrities. That would just be a little bit for my time and see, because every generation of musicians is going to do a worse job at this type of thing. The egos get bigger and the debauchery gets worse, or maybe it doesn't. It was just we know more of it. But I would have loved to have seen like Axl Rose. That's why I picked 91, because you could see Axl Rose and Kurt Cobain, and we see Madonna again. We see Humpty, not Shock G, but Humpty. Odie, where are you going? We're filming. He walked out on the show. Other YouTube channels are going to make videos about you walking out of this YouTube show, Odie. Okay. Anyway, Axl Rose, Kurt Cobain, Humpty, Madonna, whoever. Gotta get Vanilla Ice, gotta get hammered, because that's so 1991 of me. That would be the. I'd love to see that in the studio. That footage of them being up till 8 in the morning trying to put this goofy ass song together. Like the Axl Rose in a trucker hat. He's the new Stevie Wonder, because he can't stop going. It used to be Stevie doing this, and now it's just Axl just snaking back and forth, trying to wiggle out his inner scoliosis muscle or whatever it is he's doing. It's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. Axl, could you do it again? Lives. Stop doing that. Yeah. Why? I want that. I want Humpty in there. I keep my oatmeal lumpy. Don't sing about food in the hungry. No, the Burger King bathroom. No, Humpty, stop. No more. Don't. These kids. Kurt Cobain. Was that your line? Never mind. Leave it in. We don't know, Kurt. Madonna. Great job. Why are your tits out? Had to take off my Cohen bra. Danny DeVito turned around too fast. I scratched his cornea. Like, okay. Axl sprints across the stage 50 feet for no reason. And Hammer, can you catch him? Buzz his pants out. I got him. Crisscross, you're facing the wrong way. That stuff. Milli Vanilli, whenever you're ready. Okay. For you audio listeners, you don't exist yet. I didn't put this on a podcast, but if you did, I was doing the Milli Vanilli stompy dance thing. But, okay, don't be mad at me. Blame it on the rain. LOL. It's a popular song. But Bob Squad, you know it's true. We'll plug some shows. We'll talk about the wrestling soon. It is late. I might be talking a little loud, but my neighbors are supposed to be hard of hearing, so if they complain, I'm going to have to fight these old people. Oh, your shows. Okay, yes. Hey, this is the one. Headlining, Mic Drop Comedy Club, Gold Room, Lego Ma San Diego, 887 at Claremont Mesa Boulevard, April 11th, Thursday. The link is in the thing. You want to click that bad boy, that mama jamma daddy. This weekend, by the time you see this, it'll still be in time. Escondido, are you feeling neato from your head to your feet, in your bikini or your Speedo? We shoot second like Greedo, but we won't make you bleedo, daddy. Grand Comedy Club, I'm opening for my buddy Zoltan. I'm very excited. That's always a lot of fun to do. I've got a few more dates with him. Little comedy dates. We're not just, having dinner, whispering sweet nothings in each other's ear. Sweet nothings. Which I'm going to do now, because he might see this. Grand Comedy Club, 340 Grand Avenue. You don't need to know the address. I just like doing that. I am a jerk. 6:30 and 8:30. Yeah, the early shows are early and the late shows are earlier. 6:30 and 8:30 this Friday and Saturday, February 2nd and 3rd. The Grand Comedy Club website is easy enough to find. You can take it upon yourself, but if you follow me on Instagram, and why wouldn't you? It's in my link tree, which has the links to the bio and blah, 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 blah. But that's what I got going on. And there's a few other local things in San Diego. Follow me on Instagram at Bob Hanson Jokes to stay in touch with all those places I'm at, all the bar things, the things you want to pay less money to see. Odie, where are you? He's on his bed. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He has walked off the show. No more Prime Energy drinks for you. Fucking jokes. Oh, I'm going to get demonetized. LOL. Okie dokie. That was fun. Come see me. April 11th, Thursday, Mic Drop Comedy Club. It is wrestling time now. Oh, goodness gracious. The irresistible force meets the immovable object. You can cut the electricity with a knife. They're hanging from the rafters. We got an ass every 18 inches, daddy. It is the Hulu edition. Not limited enough commercial interruption on Hulu.com. It's a special 90-minute action-packed version of WWE Raw. It's action-packed with more entrances and talking. January 29th of this year, they recapped the Royal Rumble in a video, which makes sense. Now you know what happened on the free pay-per-view. I can't say PLE yet. We're not there. I'm not there in my life, okay? I just got used to WWE like 6 weeks ago. That's not true. Pat McAfee is the new announcer. He is introduced. He is the color commentary guy. Good for him. He's good. He's good. He's a little out there, but you need the impression that the announcer might say something that you can't predict. It's nice to not be able to finish the announcer's sentences. So for that, and he's good with Michael Cole. He works well with Cole. They get along and they have a rapport. And I imagine that Papa H is not as strict with the. He seems to have let them goof, and you're not gonna. Because I think the McAfee guy doesn't really need the job with them. He kind of does whatever, and whatever happens, happens. And the show, Raw, yes, it's been more interesting in the last several months, but it does need that energy. And he's bringing that energy to it. So that was good. All in all, pretty happy with it. And McAfee was an athlete. He's a trainable guy. You can tell him things, and he will learn them. That's, it's part of being an athlete. Speaking of athletes, CM Punk is here, yay, and he's hurt, boo, it is sad. I'm not going to go on a big diatribe about a few Twitter trolls saying the Elite won because Punk tore his tricep after the one Rumble or whatever. The Elite didn't win. They're going out of business, guys. Any business, it would be out of business if it was any other business not bankrolled by a billionaire, okay? Stop it. They got no people, okay? He was seen by more people in the Rumble during the Rumble than he was in all his AEW appearances combined. Knock it off. Anyway, CM Punk gave an amazing, moving speech. He mentioned his friend with cancer, and that's why he shouldn't feel bad for himself, and everyone felt it. Everyone believed it. Punk did what Punk does. It was great. He went out as a non-complaining, don't feel sorry for me babyface. He didn't do the full-on crying like they've had Seth and Becky Lynch, oddly enough, because they're married and they fornicate, I guess. I don't know. Well, they're not really fornicating if they're married. But, what was my original? By definition. But Naomi was doing the crying, Natalia, and then there was the time with Bianca and Sasha. No more baby faces crying. But he was, I'm sad for someone else and I'll be okay for me. So it was fine what Punk was doing. Drew McIntyre ruins the affair, of course. The music interrupts, and I don't know if the segment really needed that. Was it the right kind of heat? I'm not sure. I wasn't sure for a second. McIntyre gives the speech, he's not knocking the cancer. He's alluding to his mom, but they didn't full out mention it, which is probably good because now we're going to have trouble hating the heel. Did they all need to go there? There was a lot of cancer in this opening segment, and neither guy has cancer. So McIntyre jumps Punk with, Punk fights back with the one arm for a little bit, as he should try to, as the heroic babyface. My voice is going, sorry guys. But Drew, of course, is twice his size, and Punk is one arm. Drew's beaten up. Sami Zayn returns. Not from the gymnasium, but Sami Zayn does return. Or the tanning bed. But Sami Zayn returns. Not from the place where they sell new gear, but Sami Zayn returns. Not from a barber. But it's okay, I'm done. But anyway, Sami makes the save, and they make the match, of course, Sami and Drew McIntyre today. Very, very good. I believe Judgment Day were backstage next watching, and why would they need purple lighting in the room they hang out in just because they wear purple? I think that was a bit... Would they request that in every building? Sometimes things can be overproduced, but be that as it may, Judgment Day is... They're yelling at each other to motivate each other. They're helping motivate one another because they're dastardly heels. They fight the DIY. The DIY is introduced, and the Usos got nervous. And they're like, no, wrong letters, Usos, relax. DIY wrestles Finn Balor and Damian Priest for the tag team thing. And they brought back this spot from yesteryear. They wrestle for a minute, high cross body over the top rope from the face onto the heel, and go to break. Now, yeah, it used to be a big 2010, 2011 thing. Babyface does the dive, go to break. They brought that one back. So good for them. DIY have a fun back and forth match. It didn't even occur to me until halfway through, oh, these guys wrestled each other a million times in NXT, and they had a very NXT style tag match. And I'd roll my eyes at it normally, but we do need to see something different visually on the show. So I was am I leaning forward? Because I'm self-conscious that the phone isn't going to pick up. I'm using the microphone on the phone, so I am leaning in a bit. So, because if I bump the volume up too much in editing, it's going to be all crackly. You don't need to know that part. The heels win clean, so there you go. I don't know what DIY does next, but... I'm not going to help them. They can do it themselves. Yeah, but this was about Judgment Day, and Judgment Day calls out R-Truth, and it was time. I think they did it at the right time. Under normal WWE circumstances, they would wait 3 months too long to do this, but Judgment Day, especially Priest, had to pull the trigger and go, you love this lovable, silly R-Truth, we're going to kick the crap out of him. We're going to remind you we're heels. It's a very Triple H thing to do. And they did it. R-Truth did come out, and he made his jokes, and they alluded to the money he was giving them, and R-Truth said some silly things, and then Damian... It was very sneaky. Damian told Dominic, take care of it, and as soon as he does, J.D. McDonough, again, we're going to say this every week until they do it, why doesn't anyone say the line, the J.D. and McDonough stands for Judgment Day? It's right there. What is wrong with you? Why do you... I don't understand. They beat the crap out of R-Truth, and I'm waiting for some baby faces to make a save and make another 6-man tag match. And pleasantly, to my surprise, no one made the save. They just stood with their hands and their belts high and blah, blah, blah. There you go. I don't even know if Rhea was with them in this segment or not. I don't think so. Maybe she was. I don't think so. I don't know. But Dirty Dom and J.D. McDonough came out to celebrate, and that was that. So, Yay. Oh, Miz came out to save R-Truth, and he got stomped too. And I don't have a problem with Miz. It made sense for Miz to come out to do something about it, and I'm sure that'll set up a tag. They'll fight Dom and JD, and they'll probably do Truth and Miz with Priest and Finn at Mania then. This is just hitting me now. Or the Elimination Chamber, I don't know, depending on how big of a deal they want to make of it. Water time. Heels got heat. Yay. Now keep in mind, on Hulu, they skip things. So apparently Samantha Irving, the ring announcer, is once again doing her special Chelsea Green introduction. All these things, especially if it's a women's match without the title, it never makes Hulu. So some people, like whatever Bronson Reed is doing, it never makes Hulu. I didn't know Sami Zayn was injured or taken off TV in an injury story for a few months. I thought he was just wrestling guys and not making Hulu for 2 months. I didn't know. Until the Royal Rumble, they're like, he's back. And I'm like, I just assumed he was still wrestling. So it's Hulu, it's TV in the palm of your hand. Original programming, plus all your favorite television shows and movies, only $7.99 a month. Sign up today. Cody Rhodes is the winner of the Rumble, and he is here, and he asks Samantha Irving, speaking of which, to announce it twice, and she does. And everyone cheers, and they chant, you deserve it. And he starts to get teary-eyed, but he fights it back like a man. That's what I like about. He's a manly babyface. As a man, when you get an emotion, you stuff it down. You've already felt them all. There's no reason to go through them again. All right, why waste time? All right, there you go. We're all working on our heart attacks at 48. We're doing great, guys. Anyway, he says his catchphrase, what do you want to talk about? And I wish everyone yelled, sex scandals, pooping on heads, dildos named after wrestlers. But you can't. Other podcasts have other. Cornette and Brian Last are the only ones we're listening to. Brian Last has made, if you know who I'm talking about, they've made this point before that the problem with the what do you want to talk about catchphrase is there's no one response. They can't go yay or whoa or yes or no or what or whatever. They can't. What's up? They can't do that. They just go, yelling. It doesn't really work. I don't think Cody should ditch it. I think he should do it once every couple of months. Or when there's a real issue, he should do it. Because he doesn't need it at all. There's kind of pointless for him to do it. Seth Rollins interrupts him to my surprise. Seth gives this is very, very long. And Seth has been way better here when he's not Frank Gorshin's Riddler. He's oh wow, I just made the same joke that Cornette makes when he's Cesaro's who played the Joker in Batman? God, it's on the tip of my tongue too. Frank Gorshin was the Riddler, Burgess Meredith was the Penguin, Cesar Romero. So I just made the same exact joke. My bad, but I caught it, okay? But either way, he is who he is. But he gives a serious, convincing speech to Cody about, hey, it means more if you wrestle me at WrestleMania. Which I was waiting for Gunther to then to interrupt, and thankfully that didn't happen. To say, yeah, I think you just want Cody to wrestle you, so you don't got to wrestle me. Which makes sense. I mean, as a fan, I think Seth Gunther and Cody Roman are the Mania main events in my head. Is what I like. Was what I want to see as a fan. I didn't put The Rock in there. That was intentional. I don't want to see it. Anyway, Seth makes a great point. Cody says, I'll think about it. That was riveting. Interesting. It's something they haven't done before, so I'm not trying to completely crap on it. It's a different thing for one of the champions to want to be challenged, but the thing is now they're both baby faces. It splits the crowd. And Cody versus Seth I've seen 5 times. Cody and Roman we've only seen once, and it was almost a year ago. That's why I'm like, I don't want to see Cody and Seth again. It was awesome, but after that Hell in a Cell where Cody was half purple and Seth was wearing polka dots to mock Dusty Rhodes, and he got beat by an in-shape Grimace from the McDonald's world, then it was over. Because Cody was half purple, he got hurt with the pec, whatever. Gunther, speaking of which, he beats Kofi Kingston. They did a great job reminding us Kofi Mania 5, oh my god, 5 years ago, the thing where Kofi ended up winning the title in this unlikely projection. Kofi wrestles in shorts now, I don't know why. They did not do a Kofi dive and go to the break, which they did during Kofi's era. Gunther put him in a Boston Crab and they went to the break. The heel had the babyface in a dangerous hold and they went to the break. What'll happen? That's much better. It's better TV. I gotta see if I care about Kofi Kingston. I don't know him personally, but he's never done anything to me though. I don't have a problem with the guy. I wish him well. Then I want to see what happens. Gunther defeats him. That's what happens. He beats the crap out of them and he beats him. And and the other guys, the Da Vinci and Ludwig, they beat up Kofi more, and Xavier Woods comes out and he fights back, and I think they beat up Woods too. Did any other baby faces run out? I don't remember. I think the heels stood tall again. This is a bad night for the baby faces. This is a good night to be a heel with friends. Oh, it's a great night to be a heel with friends because Bayley and her friends. Bayley gloats. She comes out, gloats about winning the Rumble. Blah blah blah. Rhea interrupts. Rhea's a good guy when she's not standing next to her bad guy friends, I guess. Nia Jax runs out. Only halfway down the ramp. How much further did you think Nia was running? A pop. That's not nice. So Nia beats the crap out of Rhea. The 5 of them look on. They don't leave the ring. They just have shocked faces. It was kind of funny. I think Rhea pointed out that, okay, Bayley, you're the winner of the Rumble. Io, you're the SmackDown Women's Champion. Kyrie and Asuka, you're the Women's Tag Team Champions. And I thought they were going to make this line or this joke next, and they didn't, because I thought it was right in front of your face. I thought Rhea was going to go, Dakota, what do you do again? And I don't think Dakota does nothing. I think she has a role. Her role, especially because she's the only one other than Bayley. Dakota is the voice of the other 3, the 2 Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky. Because listen, their English isn't all there, so someone needs to talk for them, and Dakota's that go-between. Dakota's the only one trying to kind of keep Bayley happy-ish and keep the group together, where the other 3 are snubbing her. It's not an accident. They've been walking past her on the attempted high fives and hugs, and none of them, I still maintain this will come up, none of them came out to help her celebrate the Royal Rumble win. The voice is going. So they're going to do a thing. Anyway, Nia Jax hits 3 leg drops and the bonsai drop on Rhea Ripley, and they all just stand there. And Rhea is vulnerable. And then Nia Jax gets in Bayley's face and intimidates Bayley without doing anything physical to her, and Bayley has to cower. And again, I understand Bayley wouldn't want to fight Nia Jax head-to-head, but Bayley's also a wily veteran who just won the Royal Rumble. She should have some tool in her arsenal, not just cower in fear at Nia Jax. Who they just played Nia Jax getting manhandled by Jade Cargill, by the way. So we just saw Nia get manhandled, or woman-handled, and the one doing the woman handling is, that woman is not here. Maybe she'll handle something on SmackDown. So, The Rock's working there. So we all cower in fear. Now, she's a monster heel, I get it. So you need to, but I don't think it's, I don't know, I'm not buying it. I think she's the role that Mark Henry or Kane or even Big Show had at one point in later years of their stages of their career, more like the late 2000s, early 2000 teens. It's like they're still huge guys and they're still huge names. Nia Jax is the one to be, just like in the Rumble, Bronson Reed and the Viking guy, Piper Niven in the Women's Rumble. They're not at the top of the card, but they're definitely physically huge. Omos, so they're people to throw out. It's an impressive elimination, but they're not there to win. And I kind of see that more as it's impressive to beat Nia Jax and do a big move to her, as they would have like Bianca hit her with the thing a year ago or whenever. That's impressive, but I don't see her as the 1-2 beat. Actually, I'll go off on this real quick. This is what if they do Jade and Nia, and it looks like they were building towards Jade and Bianca, but hang on. If they did Jade Cargill and Nia, this would be the match, in my opinion. It's a 3-minute match. Not counting, obviously, entrances, whatever. Jade comes out. She does the dancing thing with, just like they did in AEW, but better produced, of course. Stare down, failed shoulder tackle attempts. Nia barely moves. Mimic, I don't care. Do a love letter to it. Who cares? Jade tries to body slam Nia, just like Hogan did Andre early on in the match. Nia on top, 2 7/8. Nia gets a little bit of heat, couple of moves. Jade fires up, boom, 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 hits the slam, picks her up again, hits her finish. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye. We're done. It's the match. It'll be fun. I'd like to see it. What's the main event? Drew McIntyre. I stopped writing things down. Versus Sami Zayn, Daddy. It was fine. You know, Sammy's selling. He's sympathetic. People were behind him. They were awake. They were chanting for him. And nothing physically really stood out to me too much. I used to really hate the "This is awesome" chant, and now I'm okay with it. And here's why. Because time has passed. It's still a cool thing to do, but it's not that cool. So it's not as overdone. So when fans, at least modern WWE fans, do it sparingly, "This is awesome." Because they don't do that. It's not their thing. They don't do it the whole show, but they do it from time to time. So they're saving it at least for when they're having fun.
I'm furry.
Yes, they should be cheering faces and booing heels, but there comes a time where just audible, happy noises are good. Just some noise to show people are having a good time. It's like with comedy, like you don't want claps, you want laughter. But if it's been dead for a while and at least they're clapping, well, okay, at least they're making a happy noise. We're in the right direction. So at least be grateful that the ball has started rolling and see if you can turn those claps to laughter. So, you know, again, we don't want claps or clapter as we've been calling it, but that's a different thing actually. But at least, okay, a happy noise is being made, and Raw is a 14-hour program. So in those circumstances, I'm cool with it. Drew wins. The babyface Sami Zayn ran penis first into Drew's elbows. I'm not kidding. Drew covers up for the haluva kick like this. Sami crotches himself on Drew's elbow. Drew sees his accidental situation he created for himself, takes advantage. Claymore, 1, 2, 3, goodbye. How many heels is that? Nia, Drew, Gunther's group, Judgment Day, all standing tall. And again, I don't know what didn't make Hulu, but yeah, it's Triple H likes the heat. He likes them good guys laying and them bad guys celebrating, hands in the air. But your hands are hopefully going to be in the air in San Diego, April 11th, Thursday. Mic Drop Comedy Club, 887 in Clark Mesa Boulevard. Go to my Instagram at Bob Hanson Jokes, Linktree, bio, tickets. You know the deal. Get some Bob's Headline. It's going to be a big deal. I'm going to shut this off. Never give up. A state of the fight's won. Fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. Never give up. You're always there. Fighting for freedom over land and air. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra the Enemy. G.I. Joe is a code name for a secret unit designed to fight Cobra, the ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world. Be a real American hero.